Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Can everyone hear me? 1 2 3. Fallenwolf is an amazing queen. She is lovely and beautiful. Testing out to make sure everybody can hear me. Just testing the mic. I'm gonna give everyone a few more minutes. Gonna give everyone a few more minutes. Testing, testing. Testing out to make sure everybody can hear me. Just testing the mic. I'm gonna give everyone a... Hello, hello, Robert. How we doing? Hi, Robert. How we doing today? Just giving everyone a few more minutes. Just testing everything out. A few more minutes. Making sure. Gonna give everyone a few more minutes. The mic's sounding okay on my end. Just making sure everybody can hear me okay. I am ready to get started on these. I am ready to get started on this VN. I'm really ready actually. I'm ready and I'm not ready. Test 1, a few more minutes. The mic's sounding okay on my end. Just making sure everybody can hear me okay. I am ready to get started on these. I am ready to get started on this VN. Hey, Anagi, I'm surprised to see you here so early. You're usually not, making sure, I'm surprised to see you here. I don't really see you that often in my streams. So, this is really surprising. Unagi is a good friend of mine. I like to think, I don't know. Unagi, are you my friend? Are you my friend? Is the question. I'm gonna give another 2 minutes for everybody to get in. Yeah, this is a surprise stream. I apologize to people who like getting heads up on my streams. This was a little bit of a last minute thing. Little bit of a last minute stream. I just found out yesterday that Arch's public build got updated, and I was like, oh, I love Arches. I have to play it. And I'm actually, for once, I'm playing it before my friends, before my furry visual novel friends. Bleed, North Grizz, he hasn't recorded it yet. He hasn't recorded or posted a video for it yet. Dirk hasn't recorded or posted a video for it yet. Actually, has Dirk played Arches? I don't even think Dirk has played Arches. I don't think he's played Arches. I think, yeah, I don't think he's played it. I know he's playing Smoke Room. So recorded or posted a video for it yet. Dirk hasn't. So I'm going to give, all right, 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna get started right into the swing of things. I'm not sure how long this update is. This probably will be a very short stream. Usually these streams aren't that long. I know for a fact that usually these streams tend to be, what, about an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. Arches has pretty short updates, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that because even though Arches has short updates, a lot happens in the updates, so I don't really mind that. I don't have an issue with that. Now the only Echo VN I'm waiting for, visual novel I'm waiting for to get updated now is Interia. Interia, I don't know when that's gonna get updated to public, especially the public build. Hopefully soon, because I like playing that one too. That's pretty fun to play. Alright, it is 32. I think whoever was going to show up has shown up. Alright, I think everybody's showed up. So, I'm gonna get started. Let me get my stuff out the way. Hello, everyone. Your host, Fallenwolf here. Welcome to a brand new Arches update. I think this just came out yesterday, like I said earlier. This just came out yesterday. I'm streaming it because I really love Arches. I like most of the Echo stuff. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know? I'm sorry, I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say today. I mean, there's not much to say. You guys have probably been here, you've seen Arches. It's a really fantastic visual novel. If you're not already, you should definitely try to support. I try my best to support. I play these videos to share and show you about arches, and that's pretty much it. So I've waited long enough. We're gonna get in the swing of things. I'm trying to remember, last time we left off, oh boy, what happened? Last time we left off, Cameron, yeah, wasn't it? I think Cameron had a freak out and got lost in the woods. Something attacked him in the woods and somebody rescued him, and I think it was Brian. I think it was the bear from Echo, which I know the character because I believe he was in Leo's route, but I thought he died in Leo's route, but I don't know. Oh, you want to howl, Lion Wing? Okay, we'll give a howl. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but then again, my good friend told me supposedly that there's not a definitive canon route for Echo, so I guess that makes sense. Echo's crazy anyway. Who knows? It could be a ghost for all we know. So anyway, that's enough of that. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna get started. Alright, so let us load. Yep, January. Last time I played this, January 30th. So, don't need to read this line. Yeah, the guy's holding the shotgun. I'm terrified. Here we go. Devin stares, feeling himself become oddly detached from the situation. His mind is still... Oh, sorry, guys. I forgot to do something. There we go. Hey, Master Illusionist. How you doing today? His mind is still overwhelmed with what just happened to Cameron. That's what he wants to focus on, but the shotgun has his attention now, and for just a moment, Devin thinks about just running. If he applies logic to the situation, he assumes the other bear won't shoot, but something in his eyes. Something is off. So Devin says what he hopes will make clear to this other bear that they're not a threat. We need help. We're stranded and our friend is unconscious. The old-looking bear focuses on him for several seconds. Devin hears the rustling of dead leaves and foliage next to him as Arturo moves. Suddenly, the bear swings the shotgun around to point to Devin's right. Don't you move, boy. Hey, I'm sorry, don't shoot. What do you mean you can't see the line? What do you mean you can't see the line? Oh, you guys can't. Oh, what the heck? Oh, hold on. I gotta fix that. Oh, jeez. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, my goodness. Why did it get weird like that? That's weird. I've never had that issue before. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Can you guys see now? Huh, that was really weird. Can you guys see it okay now? I thank you, Jennifer, for telling me. I was like, oh, wait, you guys can't see it. Does it look better now? Yeah, I know, Unagi. Somebody just told me. Can you guys see okay now, though? Oh my gosh. Well, I told you. You know why? I think I know why. It's because last time I played this, I still had my old monitor, and now I use my 1440p monitor. So I don't think I ever adjusted the screen. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot to do that. There's always something for these streams, I tell you. Can you guys tell I'm not a professional streamer? Anyway. Arturo sounds terrified, his voice strained and high-pitched. The old bear stares at Artie for several seconds before pointing the shotgun down toward the ground, but only slightly. The bear gestures at the coyote. You're doing something to him. What? Doing something? No, we're trying to help him. Something attacked him. We need to get him help. The older bear grimaces. What do you mean, something? Dev hesitates at least until the gun is shifted in his direction. No, wait! I'm not waiting. You show up on my property making all kinds of sounds, and you're standing there with a knocked-out yote. Hey, we didn't do anything to him. We're trying to help. The bear growls.
I don't care if you're trying to help him or trying to fuck him. I want to know the truth, not that something happened.
The standoff continues for a few more seconds before Dev jumps in again.
It was something dark like a shadow. I called it something because I didn't get a chance to see it, but it jumped on him and disappeared.
Devin realizes what he's saying as he says it and half expects to be shot for saying something so stupid.
I swear to God, that's what happened.
The old bear's eyes flick to Artie, and the cat quickly throws his support behind the ridiculous statement. Yes, that is what happened. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was there. It was dark and had red eyes or some shit. I don't even think we should be out here right now. Doesn't the cat look like Sammy? Actually, kinda. Kinda, except, you know, he's has color, and Samuel has no color. He's white. Devin once again wants to tell Artie to shut up, that saying more is only going to make the situation worse. But instead of getting angry again, an odd expression comes over the other bear's face, one that Devin can't quite decipher. Then he finally speaks, casually bringing the shotgun up to rest over his shoulder.
And it jumped on him? That yoke there? Yeah. Alrighty, so I'm guessing y'all are on some drugs or some shit. No. Using out in the heat ain't ever a smart idea. We weren't.
Devin trails off, realizing this doesn't matter at all right now.
We need to get him help. He's not waking up.
Devin kneels, resting Cameron on the ground as he half props him up, needing to rest his tiring arms. There's a pause in which this other bear just stares down at them. A pause that's long enough that Devin opens his mouth to speak again. But that's finally when the older bear seems to break out of his trance. Oh boy. I don't like how this bear looks. I don't like him already. He looks my good friend, my friend, I'm not gonna say his name, but it starts with a C. I'm sure he'd love this guy, but I hate it. I don't like how he looks. I don't like this. I'm not liking this situation right now. Oh, thank you, Master. Thank you, Master Illusionist. I just saw your comment. I appreciate that. I love comments like that. They're so friendly.
Shit, of course. Sorry about the gun and all. It's just that I always get a bunch of coots on my property every now and then.
Devin looks up at the suddenly friendly bear. In the back of his mind, he thinks he can almost hear sirens. Very familiar sirens.
Shit's not even loaded.
The bear grunts as he brings the shotgun forward, pointing it back towards the ground before it seems to break in half as the stock suddenly drops down. The bear turns to show them that the barrels are empty. That actually does make Devin feel a bit better, even if the gun had been pointed at them just minutes ago. The bear then closes it with a snap.
So I think your best bet is to call the proper authorities so they can get some help out here.
Do you know how we can do that?
There's no service here. Of course there ain't, but there is a service just outside of town to the east. Works whenever I go out there to make a call.
Dev's heart leaps in his chest at the idea that there might actually be a quick way out of this situation. He looks in an eastward direction, ready to set off immediately.
Hold on. It's a little ways out there, and it's a pretty specific spot. I can give you a quick ride, no more than 5 minutes.
The old bear turns away and starts making his way toward the trailer. Artie glances at him, clearly uneasy about all of this. Dev is hesitant himself, because of course he would be. Anyone would be. But after everything they've been through. Devin looks down at Cameron, the Cody still breathing steadily, now looking almost peaceful. Still, fear grips the bear's chest. The fact that Cameron still isn't waking up is slowly increasing his worry to the point of panic again. So he sets his jaw and follows the old bear. He half expects Artie not to follow, but he does, and the four of them disappear further into the trees. Cameron's agony had seemed as if it might last forever. The feeling of suffocation going on and on. But after an immeasurable amount of time, the fingers over his mouth and nostrils had dissolved into the blackness. So did the voices, diminished into indistinguishable whispers. Now his breaths come slow and steady, but he has to focus on them to consciously inhale and exhale so that it won't stop. While the experience is terrifying, the laborious nature of it almost ensures that he won't hyperventilate. After a time, the terror fades into a dull, hollow desperation, accompanied by spurts of panic each time he remembers he's somewhere he doesn't understand, and that he can't seem to escape it. Then gradually, even that dissolves, and like a dream within a dream, it fades away. Cameron's vision is blurry at first, and it stays that way as his eyes remain mostly closed, unfocused. Fear hitches in his chest again, and before he realizes that he's been breathing normally without the need to focus on it, that's when he notices that what he can see is a bit odd. It looks kind of like... Oh, what the hell? Like himself. Cameron stares, still feeling groggy and out of it, trying to make sense of what he's seeing. It's him, his reflection, but it's hard to understand why that's the case, because it feels like he's lying down. At first, Coyote wonders if maybe this is the floor mirror in their bathroom, and that he passed out. Still, the angle is wrong, and that just leaves Cameron feeling more confused. Coyote closes his eyes again, trying to remember what happened last. He also begins to wonder why he's lying on something soft instead of the cold tile of the bathroom. Nothing makes sense. So he does the only thing he could think to do at this moment. Dev? He hears something shift around next to him. Cameron tries to clear his throat, but it's bone dry, so he swallows instead. Dev!
Shit.
The hell? Oh my gosh, I don't like this. Wait, so he must be on the floor, because, or is he on the bed? Well, no, because look, if you look at the background, the mirror is positioned directly above not the bed, but the blanket, so is he on the floor? Oh, well, thank you, Master Illusionist. This was like a message. I'm glad that you want to stay. Oh, boy. I don't like this. Something's... Also, can I just say, holy crap, these backgrounds look amazing. I really like the art style for this. I really like the art style for Arches a lot. Echo's art style still holds a special place in my heart, but I feel like with Echo that you know... I feel like with Echo that you know it's going to be a dark visual novel, just primarily based on the artwork is very dark and scratchy feeling, where Arches has a more colorful, it feels more colorful. Arches feels more colorful, so I think that it makes it a little more, it makes me feel a little more anxious when I feel like something bad's gonna happen, because the way the game's art looks, artistic direction is, it lulls you into a better sense of security. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm probably getting very poetic, but that's just how I feel. Alright then, Doggy, enjoy your dinner. Something is pressed to his lips, and sensing that it's water, Cameron drinks, getting several swallows before it's pulled away. Cameron then looks around, getting a full view of his surroundings. The voice hadn't sounded like Dev's, but Cameron can't imagine whose else it could be, and a large furry brown shape moves into view. Cameron stares at first, wondering what could have possibly happened to Dev. But then he realizes what a stupid thought that is. This is a different bear altogether. He also realizes that something is definitely wrong. That either he's still dreaming or that he's in a situation he can't even begin to understand. He quickly sits up and the old bear raises up a paw.
Hey, it's alright, kid. I'm here to help you.
The voice is higher pitched. I keep forgetting that this bear, Brian, has a high pitched voice, because you wouldn't imagine it. It's like, you don't imagine this big bear. This bear, you're thinking like
gruff and strong, real strong.
But, instead, I don't think like, hey, you're all right there, boy. like, what, should I give him a Mickey Mouse voice? Like, like, I can't do it. It's gonna screw my brain, so I have to give him the dark gritty voice because it doesn't. My brain can't comprehend that this guy would have a high pitched voice. The voice is higher pitched than he would have expected from such a large creature, and the coyote feels like he's heard it before, but he can't place it. Not right now, at least.
I'm Brian. What about you?
Cameron? Cameron responds automatically, even though a smaller voice in the back of his head tells him this isn't right. None of this is right.
Well, hi there, Cameron. You're probably wondering where the hell you are, huh?
While the bear's demeanor is friendly enough, his appearance definitely isn't. Again, Cameron desperately tries to remember exactly what happened last, and where exactly he might be. He nods anyway, instinctively trying to keep up the facade that he's fine, and that he doesn't suspect that everything is wrong.
Well, it's a funny story, but I heard some shouting outside, and when I went outside out there, I found you and your friends. You were unconscious, of course.
Dev? Was he a bear? Cameron looks around hopefully as if Dev might be there with them. It's only then that he realizes they're in a trailer, and fragments of what happened recently start to come back to him. It leaves him feeling all the more uneasy.
Yeah, a bear like myself, and there was a cat too.
Artie. The memories of the past day and a half come back to the coyote slowly, and with it comes a feeling of anxiety and dread. Either he's in trouble, or he was in trouble, and somehow this bear is here trying to help him.
Well, I didn't get his name. He ran off just as I was getting there.
Oh no! Oh no, no, no! Oh no, 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 no! Oh. No, he didn't run off. You told him you were... Brian, you told him you were giving them a ride. What did you do to them? What did you do to Artie? And Devin? Oh no, I don't like this. Oh no. And I remember Brian from Leo's Ride and Echo, because I've played Leo's Ride and Echo. I'm very scared for Leo Leo, oh my god. No, not Leo, I'm sorry, Cameron. I'm very scared for Cameron right now. Oh no, I don't like this. I'm so worried. Where's Dev, the bear? I mean, is he here?
Yeah, about that.
The bear shifts around on the bed he's sitting on, making the spring squeak.
What happened is after the cat ran off and you were unconscious, your bear friend, Devin, right? He decided to make a run for the highway to get you help.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, no. I'm not liking this. Cameron stays quiet as he tries to absorb that. The bear's sentences make sense, technically, but at the same time it's confusing. Why would Devin leave him here alone with this bear? Now Cameron remembers that they were on a trip of some kind. A trip to Echo. The voice, the trailer. Cameron starts looking around again, trying to spot a shotgun, because now he's starting to realize who this might be. He comes up short at a complete loss. What he wants to say is that he wants to see Dev, but if what the bear said is true, then that won't be possible. Does Devin know I'm here?
Of course he does. Seemed real worried about you. Said he would have had the cat get help, but we're not even sure where he ran off to.
Why'd he run?
Well...
Brian pauses, seeming to think back and also seeming hesitant to say something. Cameron tenses up, the feeling of wrongness returning.
It's kinda hard to explain, but something spooked him.
Recalling the events of the past few days seems to gain momentum, and now we can vaguely remember what happened just before he ended up here. He was standing in the forest, ears down, hearing that awful static. But what exactly happened after that is still a bit foggy. What was it?
Well, this might sound a bit crazy, but I've lived here a good while, and sometimes there's this thing in the trees that comes after me.
Thing? What an odd thing to say. But then he remembers something strange right before he lost consciousness. A dark shadow dropping on top of him before he disappeared into another world, locked in that terrible embrace. A shadow. Although he says it softly, the bear clearly hears him. Cameron swallows hard, still feeling like the situation is very off, even when considering the circumstances. But Brian smiles in a way that's almost sympathetic.
Did it happen to sound like static, white noise?
Cameron looks at the bear carefully before he nods.
Yep, I've seen it myself. Some of us can just see things that others can't.
Cameron swallows loudly. You see things too?
Yeah, always could. I don't know why.
Through all the confusion and terror, and of all people, this bear seems to understand what Cameron is going through somehow. It creates in him a sudden sense of kinship with the bear. Then Cameron remembers his phone, quickly pulling it out and holding down the power button. It's gonna be dead. Oh. The screen flickers on for just a moment before multiple vertical lines of black appear on the screen, which widen steadily before the entire display goes black. Cameron is confused, then remembers the fall into the lake, and he even sees some moisture still under the screen. Oh, I thought his battery was going to be dead, because I was like, that's a hard cliche. You never can get a signal on your phone or the battery dies. Oh, that's right, he did. Oh, that's right, he did fall the lake, that's right. So, your phone's screwed. See, guys, this is why you buy an iPhone. They're waterproof. Ha! I'm just kidding. Don't buy an iPhone. Please don't. They're not worth it. They're not worth the money. I know people think they are, but they are so not worth the money. Please don't buy an iPhone. Shit. Brian grunts.
Your phone busted. Shame. No service out here anyway. How long ago did he leave?
Oh, that's Cameron. Karen it looks like Cameron's balls dropped. Just kidding. How long ago did he leave?
About 2-3 hours ago.
He'd been unconscious that long? Still, the anxiety is telling Cameron to move, to go. I think I should go after him. Thanks for your help, though. Cameron suddenly stands, but a wave of dizziness comes over him. Oh, fuck. And Cody catches himself against the wall, feeling weak and confused.
Whoa there, kid. I don't think you're in the best condition to go out there. You might pass out again. That bear seemed real intent on me keeping you safe.
Cameron has to lean against the wall slightly, catching his breath. Yes, Master Illusionist, I do stream on Twitch. If you ever want to check out, I don't stream as much as I do YouTube stuff. I try, though. If you want to check out some of my older stuff, though, check out some of my recent Twitch streams, quotations recent, like last month. There's a link in the description of this video. I always post a link to my Twitch in the description of my videos. You can check that out if you want to check out my thing. The last thing I've played on my Twitch was DMC, which is the Devil May Cry reboot, and Borderlands, the pre-sequel with my very, very, very good friend, Big Z the Wolf. He didn't realize that he's still messed up. It would make sense since he'd been out for so long. It's just odd that it seems to be getting worse. Whatever that creature did to him, it feels serious. As if reading his thoughts, the bear brings up the entity.
Besides, I don't think you should go out there while that shadow creature is still hanging around. Besides...
Oh wait, I just read that.
Been seeing it through the window a few times. Don't want to scare you, but I think it wants you.
Cameron glances up at the window nearest to them. Instead of the shadow, he is surprised to see a raincoat monster just beyond the trees, partly hidden in a strange, crouching position. Stranger still are the odd, shivering, twitching motions the creature's making. Though its face is mostly hidden, Cameron can tell he's being looked at. Even after everything he's been through, the coyote finds himself lowering his gaze quickly. Once again, just like when he was 8 years old, he is afraid of this hallucination. Or rather, he's afraid of this imitation of the hallucination. And considering that it's moving so violently, that's what this is.
You see it?
No, I mean, it's something else.
Oh, what is it? Sometimes I see other really disturbing stuff in those woods. Well, most places in this town, actually.
It's something more personal. Cameron is caught between wanting to stay cautious of this man, but also wanting to confide in him. After the trauma of the past 2 days, combined with feeling almost abandoned by his boyfriend, Dakota is desperate for some kind of connection. What kind of things do you see? Brian looks hesitant.
I don't want to freak you out more than you already are.
I'm okay. I'm just wondering if maybe we see similar things. Cameron smiles at him, and that seems to throw the bear off for some reason.
Well...
Then he seems to snap out of it.
To be honest, I see people getting killed, usually. Not sure if it's real, like from the past, or if it ain't. Sometimes it just feels like something being made up.
Cameron can understand that feeling. Yeah, Another wave of weakness and exhaustion. Sorry, I'm still really tired. Cameron slides down the wall to sit again, still feeling out of it. But at least he feels somewhat comfortable with this bear now.
Makes sense, after what you went through. You want my bed?
I'm good. Just need to catch my breath. He's not quite that comfortable with him. This is gonna sound weird too, but I see a ton of stuff in this town. Sometimes it feels made up. Like I saw a UFO, like an alien spaceship above a body today. Brian stares at Cameron.
I see.
Just as he was beginning to feel comfortable, like Cody feels himself back on edge. Did he say something wrong? I mean, I don't know if it was a UFO, but it looked...
You're fine, kid. It's just I haven't known anyone else that's seen something that I've seen too. It was on that dirt road, right? Circular shape with a bunch of red lights on it.
Cameron perks up. There's little question in his mind now that this bear is definitely like him. Yeah, and like... Shit, when did that space shuttle explode? Like, the mid-80s, I think? This time, Brian lets out a little laugh of surprise and maybe a little disbelief as well.
86 to be exact. Damn, that's crazy. I've met a few people like you, but you're on a whole new level, kid.
Cameron stares back, briefly wondering if he's still dreaming all of this. It's almost too jarring trying to understand how he ended up here with this bear. But if it is a dream, it's not the worst one. Can you help me find Devin? Maybe you could take me up to the road to the highway and we could catch up to him. The bear leans back, scratching his head.
I don't know about that kid. He took off at a good pace, and I'll bet he's probably already reached the highway by now. Probably in the process of alerting the authorities.
Cameron twists the hem of his shirt in his paws, feeling a sickening, growing knot of worry in the pit of his stomach. He just wants to go to run and find Dev and escape the town with him. But the threat of what's out there is very real, and Cameron does not want to repeat what happened out there in the forest. And apparently Dev already escaped without him. It makes sense why he had to leave him behind, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Only now are the memories of what happened during his blackout returning, and only now does he remember how he felt like being in hell. Can that shadow creature get in here?
Nah, it seems to avoid the trailer. Don't know why. You okay?
Cameron rubs his eyes with both paws. I don't know. His increasingly heavy breaths prompt Brian to crouch in front of him, patting his shoulder roughly.
Hey, you're fine. I'll make you something, okay? How does some tea sound? That always calms me down.
The pats jolt the Cody back to wakefulness, and he nods, if only to get the bear to focus on something other than him. Okay.
Great, I'll get started on it then. Just relax for now.
The wind whips violently in Devin's face. It's powerful enough that he can barely breathe. The ominous sound of the sirens were really the only thing that guaranteed he'd be home as soon as he possibly could be. He always took their warnings seriously because what they warned of always terrified him. So now, in this haze of pain and horror, he wonders why he didn't heed the warnings. The mile-wide tornadoes that rip across the plains of his home state evoke a primal fear in him that few other things do. He'd felt that fear moments before his world became a red flash of pain. Before he saw Artie crumble lifeless to the ground at the same time a pop echoed through the air. Before he was made to drink from the Oh my god, is Artie dead? Oh my god! Oh no! Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? He just said lifeless. Oh my god. I knew it. I was like, yo, this bear. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. He killed him, didn't he? Oh, this VS. Oh, I hate it. Echo's so screwed up. I hate it so much. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness. Before he was made to drink from the plastic bottle of water the other bear had brought out of his trailer, and before his paws were tightly bound above his head, as Devin briefly comes to in the red glow of this metal container he's in, to the sound of metal chains and the feeling of cramped heat, he knows he should be doing something. He should be helping someone he deeply cares about. Lupetta, Artie, Cameron? His voice is rough, dry, on the verge of breaking. His chest feels as if it's being crushed. Devin sinks back into the darkness even while his mind roils in terror, even as the F5 tornado continues to barrel right toward him. Where the hell is he at? Where is he at? Oh my gosh. No! I don't like this. No. Cameron sits at the table as the bear busies himself near the stovetop with his back to the coyote. Again, the coyote contemplates leaving, either by asking Brian again or just walking out the door. Another glance toward the window confirms the raincoat monster still out there, this time standing high in the trees, perched on a branch, still watching. Cameron quickly looks away again. He feels deep down that if he leaves, another terrible thing is going to happen. While he believes the bear's story about what happened, something about this trailer is extremely uncomfortable, making him even more anxious. He thinks that must have something to do with his upbringing, the long, narrow space feeling familiar in the worst of ways. It's like suddenly falling ill, and being reminded of all the awful feelings one has when they're especially sick. Meanwhile, Brian is chattering on about how chamomile is particularly effective when it comes to anxiety, and Cameron vaguely wonders why he's moving around so much if he's just making tea. Mostly, though, Cameron is trying to think clearly, get his thoughts to line up correctly, through the fog he still feels clouding his brain. It's making him extremely tired, and a couple of times that Cody is convinced that he's still dreaming. It's almost like he's high again, but without any of the positives of being high. His anxiety is already calming down, though, despite the worry that whatever was in the forest might have done some kind of damage to his brain. He focuses his thoughts on Devin, trying to think clearly. Would the bear really leave him alone like this? He could have at least left him a message to let him know that this is what he wanted, that Cameron is safe in the situation. But Cameron also knows that wouldn't have been all that practical. If Devin was really in a hurry, which he definitely would have been, he would have left him behind if he knew what it was for the best, and if he knew the situation was safe. There isn't really a way he could have left a message anyway, except for maybe a text, but with no phone and no service. If this Brian guy really wants to help them, though, he should have gone to the highway instead. He has to have a car, right? It's not like he can just survive out here in an old trailer. Cameron fixed his face into a pleasant smile, knowing that it seemed to set the old bear at ease whenever he did. Do you have a car? Brian, seemingly absorbed in what he's doing, glances back.
Well, I kinda share a truck with another guy in town. He happens to be out of town with that truck right now. Of course he would be, right?
Brian, you were so full of shit. Oh, I hate you so. I hate Brian so much. God, I can't believe they killed Artie. Artie was a pretty chill guy. I can't believe Artie. There's no way. If he's dead already, I'm gonna be so upset. I liked Artie. He was a nice guy. Oh, okay. Brian smiles at him again.
I can see why Daniel likes you. You're a friendly kid.
Oh, you mean Devin?
Shit, yeah. The brain doesn't remember things like it used to.
You're fine. Cameron stares at their table, feeling like that exchange was very strange. But it's hard to think through the cloudiness. Despite the dull anxiety, the feeling is worrying him more and more. I'm actually feeling really weird. I'm so tired.
Well, consider what happened to you, that makes sense. Not to pry, but do you do any drugs?
No, not anymore at least. I mean, I had some weed like hours ago, but that should have worn off by now. Brian shrugs.
People always say weed ain't a big deal, but it's probably what fucked me up the most back when I first tried it.
Cameron listens to the sounds of liquid being poured into a cup. Yeah, I don't think I like it. But I shouldn't still be high, right?
You shouldn't, but after my first time smoking, I felt high for fucking years after, even when I wasn't touching the stuff.
Cameron feels a prickle of worry underneath the haze. Years?
Yep, it's, what's it called? Depersonalization. Made me feel like my own paws weren't my own, and everything looked all weird and distorted, like a filter was in front of my eyes.
Cameron vaguely recalls some of his own friends describing the exact same thing, even when their trip was supposed to be over. He had experienced it himself when he was under the influence of various disassociatives. Having the same experience while he's supposed to be sober is borderline terrifying, though. Weed does that? His worry and panic breaks through the surface for a second, and he feels like, for that moment, he surfaced from the muddy depths of his confusion before slipping back under. He can't live in a dream for the rest of his life. But what even is this life? Sitting here in a trailer with an old, slightly smelly bear? How did he even get here again? Where's Tev? Oh shit. Cameron suddenly grips the table, paws shaking as he feels as if he's lifting out from his body somehow, and he has to hold on to something to remain in place.
Hey, you're alright, kid.
Brian amples over to the fridge, opens the freezer, pulls out the ice tray, and drops a few cubes into the mug, the ice clinking loudly. He stirs it for a few minutes, then turns back to the trembling coyote.
Hope you don't mind the ice, but it should be cool enough to drink now.
Still confused and terrified and just wanting something to do, to focus on, Cameron reaches out for the mug the bear is holding out to him. He takes it in a trembling paw, gulping it down. It's filled with honey and the strong taste of ginger, and it's unlike any chamomile tea he's had before. The amount of honey is surprising, and he briefly wonders if it's a bear thing, even though Devin never seemed to have much of an affinity for it. Still, Cameron doesn't get the full flavor of the concoction until he's finished it, and as he exhales, an odd nutty taste mixed with what Cameron can only describe as dirt lingers on the back of his tongue. Cameron frowns at the bizarre, terrible tea. He can't help pulling a face as he looks into the mug, a thick round glob of honey remaining at the base while dark particles slowly collect around it. It's distracting enough that his panic attack is terminated before it can really begin. Brian laughs.
Sorry about that. I like to add in kava root to soothe anxiety, too. Should have warned you.
Cameron had thought the taste was somehow familiar, but he supposes that any kind of root would have an earthy, bitter taste. Oh, it's okay. Just wasn't expecting it. I read about kava a few times when I was looking for ways to help with anxiety. Never tried it, though.
Well, get ready for it to change your life. It got me off all my chill pill meds. I do have some leftover bars if you need something stronger, though.
Xanax? I'll wait and see. Well, that would be nice. Cameron already feels like falling asleep, so it doesn't seem like the best idea. While he mostly believes his bear's story, he doesn't want to be completely unaware of what's happening right now.
I'm guessing you've had some experience with it before, huh?
Cameron frowns at the table, not sure what to say. He doesn't really want to discuss his past with a stranger, even if this guy seems like he would understand. Brian puts his paws up like he's showing that he's unarmed.
Hey, I don't judge, kid. I was into that lifestyle for most of my life before I started turning things around.
Welcome back, Unagi. While Cameron is still cautious, he doesn't want to make it seem like he's suspicious. It doesn't feel like the best idea to sour things between him and the only other person with him in the middle of the desert. Yeah, I did a bit of everything in middle school and high school. Only thing I got hooked up on was opioids, though.
Oof, you and half the country, kid. That's a rough one.
The tiredness is starting to plateau, if not recede, slightly, and Cameron feels an odd but welcome sense of empathy towards this bear. It must be the kava kicking in. Brian's face appears a bit more defined and clear, and there's a warmness in his eyes.
It was my first drug, too. I experimented with everything else because I was trying to find something less addictive and harmful.
Brian shakes his head.
That's the problem with it. There ain't much out there that makes you feel that good. That's what I'm told, anyway.
Brian chuckles.
I took just one of my dad's hydros and ended up puking my guts out for hours. Guess I'm lucky that I can't keep them down.
Cameron thinks about that, about how nice it would have been if he had become violently ill whenever he tried opioids, or any drug for that matter. Yeah, I'd say that's some good luck. I quit in college and haven't done it since, though.
Good for you.
Brian gazes down his nose at Cameron, starting to frown. Cameron's ears twitch as he senses a sudden change in mood.
Now, I don't mean to bring this up again, but did your, visions get more intense when you did heroin?
At first, Cameron wants to correct the bear and say that he's never done heroin, but then stops as he thinks back. Of course, his visions get worse whenever he was on certain drugs, including opioids, but he had assumed back then that they were just agitating his already present delusions. It was only today that he'd made the connection between drug use and hallucinations, or visions. Yeah, actually, and a few times in other stuff too. Does that happen to you?
Definitely.
Again, feelings of empathy grow in the coyote's chest. There are others like him, just like him. Maybe I'm not going crazy then. I keep going back and forth on that.
Brian chuckles a little bit. Well, not normal crazy anyway, right? Say.
Brian looks carefully at Cameron again, and the coyote is almost distracted by the glow that seems to be emanating from the bear's eyes. Oddly enough, the intensely vivid and defined furs seem to be rippling, as if blowing in the wind even though they're inside. Is this kava?
You ever tried something more trippy like acid or shrooms?
Cameron shifts uncomfortably at the last word. Yeah, both. Acid was fine, but nothing weird happened. Shrooms just kind of fucked me up and I saw all kinds of things.
That's too bad. That one could be a real eye-opener.
Oh. Cameron isn't sure what else to say, feeling just a bit uncomfortable again.
But yeah, most drugs make you see more things.
Oh, hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Got an important phone call. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Yeah, just had an important phone call. Oh, just had an important phone call. Nothing to worry about. Anyway. But I'm a little worried what's going on. I don't like this conversation that's happening right now.
But yeah, but yeah, most drugs make you see more things. All you want's that donor stamps. That's why so many people here got into meth.
Brian chuckles again, but this time it sounds a bit dark, sinister even.
Only problem with that is meth still makes you see shit, but only because it makes you go crazy.
Arches and half circles. Yeah. Cameron looks back down at the table. He wonders about his mother again and if maybe she was like him. Maybe she took the stimulants because she was just trying to stop the visions, but ended up starting a wave of hallucinations and delusions instead. Cameron watches the wood grain on the table shift and move slightly, like waves on an ocean. Oh, shit. Oh, he was drugged. Look at the... Oh, no, the background. He was drugged. No. Oh, no. I don't like this. And then it hits him. It hits him hard. The aftertaste of the tea, why it was familiar, why things are moving in inexplicable ways, why everything is feeling more fucked up by the second. He's been here before. A moment seems to blink out of existence from Cameron's memory because the next thing he knows, he's already standing up, the chair clattering to the ground behind him. He stares at Brian with wide eyes, mouth open, but he can't seem to say anything. He can't think of what to say if the bear did what he thinks he did. Brian stares back, watching Cameron carefully in a way that tells Cody that the bear isn't surprised at all by this reaction, and that makes Cameron even more afraid. The cozy, dreamy lighting of the trailer becomes more ominous, red and dangerous, and the bear in front of him seems to warp. Oh no! Oh my god! Nagi, did you know about this? Oh, Nagi, did you know about this? Who here played the patron version? I never played the patron version. This is my first time playing it. Oh my gosh. Into a demon. No. What did you give me? Cameron looks wildly at the coffee mug.
You need to calm down, understand?
What did you give me?
I think you already know the answer to that, so why don't you sit down and get it together?
The bear's face is so warped, but Cameron honestly can't tell if it's real or not. Was it cycloben? Did you drug me with shrooms? Brian says nothing, and he's right that Cameron knows. He can never forget this feeling. Oh my god, why? It ruined my life! Cameron is heaving for breath, the sounds of his gasping almost drowning the bear out.
Sit down and I'll explain.
But Cameron has no intention of sitting down. The sensations and visuals are just as bad as the last time, if not worse, and he's only at the beginning. The fear and panic reach a dizzying level, and Cameron is running around the table for the door. Then he's on his back, his chest, spine, and the back of his head aching. Oh shit! Oh my god! No! Cameron! Cameron, get out of there! Brian is on top of him and Cameron is on his back. He can see the coffee mug shattered on the ground a few feet away. Cameron struggles, wheezing for breath. Let me go! I can't breathe! Brian responds by squeezing his arms tighter, leaning more weight on Cameron's torso. Stop! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! He doesn't even know what he's apologizing for, just hoping that maybe it'll get the bear to stop.
And I thought you were cute when you were smiling.
That statement, for whatever reason, is the scariest part of what's happening right now. He starts to scream for the only person he can think of right now. Devin! Help me! Devin! Devin!
Shut the fuck up!
Brian sounds legitimately disgusted as he pulls himself off of Cameron. Dakota prepares to scream again, but sees Brian's foot lash out and kick him in the side, sending him up against the base of the counter. Then, leaning over him with both of his giant paws at the edge of the counter, he starts kicking Cameron over and over. Cameron yelps and wheezes, the blows hard enough that he's worried the bear is definitely going to break something if he hasn't already. He trashes and rolls, trying to escape. Then one kick catches him particularly hard at the base of his sternum, and he violently curls up, a loud frog-like croaking noise escaping his throat. Brian pauses as the sounds continue emanating from Cameron's mouth. Cameron can hear the bear breathing heavily over him as Brian watches his agonized writhing, almost like he's fascinated by it. After nearly a minute, the terrible noises turn back to gasps, which then turn to sobs as Cameron stays curled up on his side, one arm around his midsection while the other is pressed over his eyes. Brian doesn't move, just watching as Cameron cries on the floor. At first, Cameron thinks it might be better to just keep his eyes closed and try to disappear into the darkness. Maybe wake up again, but in a new place this time. Anywhere seems better than here. But that's when odd, slightly curved, glowing cold lines begin expanding and shrinking behind his eyelids, and Cameron whines at the terrible reminder of what's going to happen. He's going to trip, and it's going to be terrible. Cameron pulls his paw away from his eyes and finds that what he sees isn't much better. The huge bear is crouched in front of him, his fur now wreathing, pulsating mass of a thing that almost seems like another living creature covering the bear.
Now listen and listen good, because what you do next might decide if I let you go or not.
This is a dream. It has to be a dream. Everything that's happened, not just in this trailer, but in this whole town. It has to be a dream, a hallucination, a trick. This can't be happening.
I need you to talk to some folks I used to know. If you're really one of these psychics, if you could fix my problems, I just might let you out of this town.
Oh, fuck. Oh, it's gonna be to be continued. Oh, no. Oh, it's still going. Okay. Oh, my God. I thought it was gonna end.
Cameron?
Devin comes to again, and he blurts out the name without thinking. He's not sure how long it's been since the last time he woke up. It feels like hours, possibly even days since he was last conscious. He'd been dreaming. Something about insects crawling and biting his arms. And tornadoes. A twisting force. He realizes then that his arms are what brought him back to the waking world. They'd fallen asleep, and now the tingling is so bad that it feels like they're covered in crawling, wreathing ants made of molten lead. The bear grunts in discomfort and tries to bring them down from above his head, but he isn't able to. They come up short and hears a rattling sound close to his ears, which twitch at the loudness. Chains? Devin freezes, keeping his eyes closed, unsure if whoever did this to him is close by. Although it's hard to think through all of this haziness, the memories come back to him rather quickly. First, he remembers walking deeper into the woods before the strange bear went into his trailer to get something. He came out with a bottle of water, claiming it was for Cameron. Then after walking further into the dense forest, they came upon a white van. The exact kind of van that would make most people suspicious. Devin did become more suspicious, but by that time it was already too late. The old bear had pulled a gun on them, one that wasn't his shotgun, and told them both to get in the van. Artie started to run, and the other bear didn't hesitate to shoot him, aiming for his head. Devin isn't sure, but he could swear that he saw a spray of something, whether it be fur, blood, or worse, fan out from the back of Artie's head before he dropped. Devin's fingers and toes clutch inward as he thinks about that moment. The sound. The suddenness of it. But mostly he remembers the way Artie fell. It was instant, like strings that held him up had been cut, crumbling so quickly that Devin is sure that he had been killed. At that point, Devin did everything the old bear had told him to do, including laying Cameron on the rough desert floor. Devin tries to keep from whining as he wonders if that might be the last time he saw Cameron, and then lay down in the van and letting him bind his arms up. He thought about fighting back in that moment, but it was so quick that before he knew it, he was secured and he was made to drink from the bottle. It was in the very center of the tornado. A twisting force. Devin clutches his eyes shut even tighter, feeling moisture gather at the corners. Around the point is equal to force times distance. But he opens them a moment later, realizing that his captor would have seen all the movements he'd made. Perpendicular to force. He's alone in the van. His eyes sting and the bear realizes that he's sweating heavily. This metallic box he's stuck in is hot, almost overwhelmingly stifling. He worries for a moment that he slept through the night and now it's sunrise and he's about to cook to death in this van. But after gauging the light, he decides it's still around sunset, just a few hours after what happened. After Artie had been killed. Shit. Devin squeezed his eyes shut again, feeling tears leak out into the moist fur on his cheeks. He allows himself this moment, but quickly focuses again, knowing Cameron is still out there with that bear. That's enough to get a rise from Devin, one that builds into a wave in his chest. A combination of adrenaline and terror, but mostly fury. While the brutality of this backwoods bear evokes fear in Devin, it also makes him angry that someone, anyone, would feel that they have the right to do what the old bear did. He opens his eyes again and takes in his surroundings. He's lying flat on his back, arms stretched above his head. He can feel that it's a pair of handcuffs that they're holding him in place. There's enough give that slowly he's able to turn over on his stomach. The action is incredibly painful, and Devin can't help but grunt loudly. His arms feel like they may fall off as they spasm. Slowly, painfully, he pulls himself up into a kneeling position, getting a better look at his predicament. He realizes then that these handcuffs are more like shackles, meant to hold bear-sized creatures like himself in place. They're bolted into the floor of the van. Devin glances up suddenly, his eyes catching what sounds like a faint cry outside the van.
Cameron?
Devin's voice comes out hoarse and cracked once more. Was that Cameron? Sounded like him. Devin is still groggy from whatever was in that bottle of water, but he's sure he heard the distinct sound of his boyfriend's voice. The fact that it's now so suddenly absent convinces Devin that was definitely Cameron. He strains to listen for several more seconds, but can't hear anything. He looks down at the heavy chain linking the metal cuffs around his wrists. Unbreakable. Still, he finds himself foolishly yanking at the shackles, hoping there'd be some kind of give in the slightly rusted chain and bolts.
Shit!
Tears filled Devin's eyes, the feeling of falling forever for return. He felt this way only a few times before. The first time being while he was running home after he'd found Lupita's body. Lupita. The last time being when he saw Ardio getting shot. And now knowing that his boyfriend could be at the mercy of this bear whose intentions Devin couldn't even begin to guess. He just notes that they're very, very bad. But seeing the faces of those people, it changes something in Devin. A cool, icy calm descends on him and he looks at the chains carefully. His classes in physics had taught him all about the way in which forces exerted can seemingly accomplish things that seem impossible. So even while his heart hammers in his ears, and even while his brain is clouded with a dense fog of sedation, Devin analyzes the chain and the bolts holding it in place. Torque. To be continued. Oh my god! Oh shit! Wow. Oh my gosh! Oh, that was an episode! That was an episode! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I was not expecting this! Wow! Wow, you guys! I wasn't expecting all of this! Ah. Well, guys, that's it. I'm sorry. That's it. That's the end of the update. Things... Yeah, I want more. Oh, man. Things are so intense. What do you mean there's more? Oh, if you're talking about the Patreon build, Unagi, I only play these for this channel because I don't want everybody to see my genuine reactions. I like you guys seeing my genuine reactions because I like going on this adventure with you guys. I'm very sad that things ended, but that's what I have to say about Arches. Arches does a damn good job with the updates of leaving suspenseful. I want more. Every time I want more. I'm like, I want more. I need to see what happens. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. I can't believe that was Brian. Oh my gosh, I knew it. I said, if this is Brian, I said, I know who Brian was in Leo's route when we witnessed him. But unfortunately, like I said, guys, that's it. But there's a secret in the public update. Oh, Nagi, don't do that to me. Oh, you're sneaky. Why, Nagi? Why do you do that? Stop leaking. Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave it a cliffhanger. I'm gonna try to figure it out. So next time when I play this, I'll be sure to show that secret before we start the new update. Because I'm gonna try to see what Unagi's talking about. Unagi is very good, by the way. He's my good friend. He's very good at finding little secrets with visual novels. But once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you guys for watching this video. I love you guys for watching these videos. It's really nice to see it. Before I go, though, I'd like to say, as I usually do, if you really, really like my content, well, Nagi, we can talk about it after this. I'm about to end the stream. But as I was saying, if you guys really, really like my content, because I know, you know, you guys really like my content, don't be afraid to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Secondly, same thing. If you really like this, what you've seen, and you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It lets you know when I update, lets you know when I make new videos. It gives you updates in my community tab about, you know, updates about any visual novels I'm going to be playing in the future, videos I'm going to be playing in the future, and, you know, every time you guys watch these videos, it's so heartwarming to me to know that you guys really enjoy my videos, and you like my voice, because I like doing voice acting. I enjoy it a lot. I have a lot of fun with these kind of games. So, thank you so much. But anyway, that all being said, I will see you guys next time on, I don't know, probably this week I'm going to be uploading another Mass Effect 2 video. And also, I'll probably be continuing on with Familiar Travels. Originally I was gonna be streaming Minotaur Hotel this week, but then I heard Arches came out, and I was like, okay, we're doing Arches this week. So either the end of this week or early next week, I will be streaming more of Minotaur Hotel too, because that's a great game. That's a great visual novel. But take care, guys. This is your host, Fallenwolf. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. Bye.